3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the show, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
There's no other insult.
When did you learn that you were ugly?
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Two Ugly Nerds podcast. Niggas from the Black Nerd community. I am your host, the podcast guy, and I don't have an AK. No, I don't have one. Fuck it. I am always joined by now the super sexy in 8K, Ultra HD, super sunlight from the gods themselves.
Yeah.
Mr. Berserk Music, audio engineer / super sexy producer.
Well, okay.
Hey man, you better claim it or else.
Bruh.
Hello, guys.
Oh, shit, man. Nigga said, yeah, it really is only two
Let
other
that-
niggas over
let
here, bro. It's
let-
only
That's really
Let that vitamin D flow, man. The skin
two
health.
of y'all niggas. I'm not included in that. Y'all can see it now. Excuse us
okay.
as we move out of the way.
I was just trying to get HD like you guys, man. I was over here using my.
We got HD and this nigga went and got 8K. You see what I'm saying? Like, extra.
Right. If you look on your PS5 box and it says up to 8K, Ian said, bet.
All right, I'm gonna do that. I want to be in that resolution as well. Also, we're joined by Geronimo, Mr. Nintendo.
What up, what up, what up?
That's a nice nod to the camera. I want to start this episode off by jumping into some quick shit that I don't understand what you niggas are talking about on the internet. Yasuke. All right. Yeah. If y'all listen to the podcast when we did the review, if you watch the YouTube video, you'd see my face. But if you listen to my voice and you're good at catching, like, you'll see that I was like confused when Gerard was like, no, I'm just clarifying for these people on the internet that it's full anime. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, that's what the fuck is in the trailer. Who doesn't know that? I didn't realize that Gerard was 100% right. There's a bunch of you fucking idiots who don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the trailer? Like the trailer, the girl picks up a staff and magic literally flows around it. The dude literally like does some magic Naruto looking symbols and throws some shit and a bunch of magic happens in the sky. That was the trailer that came out. Like it was in the trailer. It was right there.
He was asleep or something. I don't know what happened, man.
So like at what point are you responsible for your own ignorance? Because like what are we talking about? Oh, I saw the magic and I turned it off. Yo, shut the fuck up. What are you like, my nigga? My nigga, like, yo, it never said it was going to be some. I don't even know what y'all wanted. I don't know what y'all wanted. I don't know what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted some boring ass. Just tell this.
I think
nigga's life
some
story
wanted
too.
like a historical, like anime, like
y'all
a
wanted an
traditional
animated
thing like
documentary. Y'all wanted a documentary anime. That's what y'all wanted.
that. I think that's what they wanted
Y'all
for sure.
suck, bro. Y'all are losers, bro. That's what y'all are. Y'all are fucking losers. You've lost your fucking mind. You wanted a documentary anime. You wanted to put all that budget in for this animation for it to be a fucking documentary, bro. You needed to hear about some other because what do you think happened to Yasuke, a black dude in Japan trying to be a samurai? What the fuck? It was racism, bro. They probably treated him like shit. They probably beat the shit out of him, like a bunch of racism. That's what y'all want to see? You need that again? Isn't it what the fuck we've been asking for?
Honestly, bro, I think some people just have a chip on their shoulder. Chip on their shoulder about another anime on Netflix that has a lot of it's black people in anime called Cannon Busters, which I admit I still haven't seen. That sucks. But I don't know. Apparently some people weren't feeling that just because they're like, oh, it's just okay or whatever. So I don't know if it's just like, but I mean it's a little different because that anime is super original. It's not any character based off actual history or anything, and it's doing its own thing. I mean, Yasuke, I feel like they, I think it was decent for the 6 episodes they had. Yeah, they could have like fleshed some characters out more, things like that. But I think for the action and things, stuff like that, the music, of course, the visuals are great. I think it was good. So,
like, take everything into consideration. My thing is, we know how hard it is for black writers and black based shows, black shows where the main character is black. We know how hard it is for those shows to get greenlit, to get funding, to get anything, right? Like we sat here and talked about, how it clearly looked like Invincible didn't get the proper funding from the jump because they still weren't sure about this series. And then now after a season, they've got 2 to 3 seasons renewed, seasons 2 and 3 already renewed. They're ready to go, and the budget's gonna go up. So if that's what the white man got, think about what the black anime creator dude is gonna get. Like, yeah, he got 6 episodes, so he had to work with that. Support the show, and maybe we can see a better vision of his storytelling. We can see a more fleshed out version of a different story in the same universe in the next season. When he gets,
I hope it'll be in
more season. Budget and everything. But it's like everybody forgets that, right? Everybody will cry about we need to support black creators and black creators need to get chances. Then when they're given chances, you shit on it to hell. It's no different than a black business starting. That black business is not going to be able to operate as efficiently as Walmart does. That black business can't take the same losses on some of its products that Walmart does. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you can't expect the same thing you get at Walmart. And how quickly you forget how much you might hate Walmart. How they got 30 lanes and only 4 of them be open during the busiest time of the day. Like you might forget that as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, compare things fairly. Like they got 6 episodes. They gave us Flying Lotus and fucking Lakeith Stanfield in the anime. Like, I mean, you got a lot. Like, no, it wasn't perfect. Don't get me wrong, but 6 episodes, and I feel like he probably had to fight for that. They probably want to give this nigga like 4. Like,
I wouldn't give him 0.
Once he had backing from other people with credibility, I feel like that's when they were like, okay, we can get you to 6. But look at the difference. We see Invincible just finished, and everybody's like, yeah, this was great. This was dope. Even with some of its flaws in animation and everything, like, yeah, this has potential. This can go somewhere.
And suddenly there's an anti-Amber brigade out here, which is
that fuck them people. I don't even want to address.
Yeah, that's not even,
man. Fuck them.
That stuff makes you
anti-Amber.
Mm-hmm.
What?
She's a poor written character. All she did, man. Anyway, again, let's keep the train rolling.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just see that get it renewed so quickly and that supported. And then we're over here and it's just like all it is, oh, this isn't good enough. I wanted this. Oh, there's mechs. I didn't realize mechs were this hated in anime. I thought we all enjoyed Gundam Wing and had it. Like, and I get it. I know that it came off goofy and like Batman Ninja and nobody like that. And I was the weird one. That's cool. But I didn't realize it was like this widespread hate for mechs. Like overall, they just hated the idea that there were robots or mechs in this in any way, shape, or form. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, these silly ass animes come out every fucking year, and I have to watch this shit. My Hero Academia, I gotta look at Minetta's little pervy weird ass all the time, and everybody tells me that he's just a character, and that's cool. But now that this show has a mech in it, it's too weird. It's not grounded enough, and it's what the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why the black dude got to be all super serious. And I was expecting a documentary in a fucking animated show where the trailer that I've been seeing, everything they show me about this show has showed me there was going to be magic and wild shit happening. Like, they never hid that. They never hid that at all.
In the beginning, we suddenly see lasers and mechs. I'm like, oh, this was happening.
Like, I can understand if you're surprised by maybe the robot showing up and I can understand if that's a little surprising to you, fine. But you at the minimum knew there was magic. And I'm seeing all the tweets I'm seeing start with, yeah, I turned on Yasuke and 10 minutes in, I see magic and a robot. Like, do y'all turn off any other anime because of that? Any other one? Any other one at all? It never happens.
Never.
But if I say One Piece is trash and I can't get through 3 episodes, then all hell breaks loose, right?
They're gonna find you.
Right. They're gonna find you. Then I'm wilding. I'm wilding, and what the fuck do I know about anime? You're right. I don't know shit, but I know that a show that was given 6 episodes and still was a good story, and y'all bitching about magic and shut up, man. Shut the fuck. Y'all are weird, bro. Y'all are fucking weird. I hate y'all niggas.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what's been happening on social media, Ian. So be glad you don't have to see this bullshit.
Days since incident zero. Every day is a day since incident zero moment. For real.
Talking about, man.
For real.
Yeah.
Okay. Second up, because I there's nothing even long to say on this, right? The people at WB are fucking insane. Not for nothing, Gal Gadot has now come out and she told the Israeli news channel, I think Channel 12 or something like that. I don't know why they specify the channel, but she told an Israeli news channel that Josh Whedon threatened to end her career if she didn't do things how he wanted them done, or exactly what he wanted done. And he threatened to end her career, and that's fine.
I'm just confused. Warner Brothers and DC just confuse me regularly now.
It's not DC, it's just Warner Brothers.
Okay, Warner Brothers this time.
Because I don't know what DC has. Like, to me, it seems DC has no power in this any longer. They made their partnership with Warner Brothers back in the day. That clearly gave up some sort of rights, because if and I guess the issue is that there isn't anybody that technically owns DC. There's not a Stan Lee type.
No, I think they're their own entity.
So I'd just be curious. Whoever that is needs to figure out what legal way they can do to disconnect from Warner Media, because I don't understand how you can keep this going. Because what's happened here is Gal Gadot, literally everybody talking about Josh Whedon and his abuse and what's happened. Everybody said Ray Fisher was crazy. Now Gal Gadot has said it, and everybody's kind of like, oh, well, maybe there's some legitimacy to it. Now everybody wants to listen. And don't get me wrong, it's not belittling anything that's happened to Gal Gadot or anything that happened to her in any way, shape, or form. But the black man was telling you that. Like, the black man told you. He was telling you. And now, instead of addressing their bullshit, they're gonna tell us that they're waiting to find the right black director for the Black Superman movie.
That's so crazy, because we are like, didn't these comics just, like, I don't want to say start, but then they just introduce like another like Kryptonian who's black and is going under Superman right now. Like, talk about just like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
Listen, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it that Calvin is essentially Black Superman, Black Kal-El. I get that. You could do Val-Zod, or you could just not do any of that. You could do a Steel movie. You could do a Mr. Terrific movie.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool, actually. I don't know who that
do
is.
Whatever.
But honestly, if someone does a trailer and the title is Mr. Terrific, I'm interested.
And he's a black dude. Whatever, man. What I'm saying is, there are so many other movies and shit that they could do. And Ian and they don't do it. And they said, yeah, they know it'd be tone deaf for them to put J.J. Abrams at the top. But yeah, so basically, they literally admitted in their article, and I don't even want to. Maybe I should link the article or something, but you can look it up. They literally admit that there's somebody else pretty much doing everything else, but they want to get a black director. So they basically want a black figurehead to put at the top while they let the people that they actually trust do everything and write everything. Which, and this is going to sound funny coming from me, that's the same thing they did to Patty Jenkins with the first Wonder Woman. Now, in that case, it was for her own good, because we saw what she did when the reins were taken off. That being said, it was still wrong to do. They brought her in as a figurehead, put her at the top, and it was like, yeah, we have a woman director. But she said they didn't listen to any of her ideas. They didn't take anything she said into consideration. That's wrong. Whether I end up liking the movie or not, That's wrong. You brought her in as a figurehead and then you didn't listen to anything she said. So why would I believe now that they're gonna hire the black director for the Black Superman movie and they're gonna listen to anything he says?
Yeah.
No reason. No faith in them. It's stupid. And then on top of that, now you have Gal Gadot saying that she suffered with this abuse and there's no support. The WB did nothing about it. WB knew about it. They still let him finish the movie and do everything he wanted to do. And
who was the first from those those casts of like the Snyderverse characters? Was it Ray Fisher the first one that was like, yo, Joss Whedon on some shit? Warner Bros. Is like, shut the fuck up, basically. I mean, they didn't say it, but they said it. So
yeah,
maybe more people will want to raise their hands up and get mad since it's Gal Gadot, however you say her last name, versus just the black man, going about it and everything. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like Days since Incident Zero. Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. And that Ian is honestly shit like that is the real reason why I haven't tried to come here and talk about like the Batman stuff. The trailers and stuff look good. Don't get me wrong, especially for the Batman, those look good. Obviously, we know that's legit coming. But like the Green Lantern shit, I'm not talking about that. They've been talking about a Green Lantern movie for like 5-6 years. But fuck them. Like it's not coming. I don't believe that. We just saw them cancel New Gods. Half those other projects, I don't know if they coming or not coming. Like I don't believe that in most of them, to be honest. Like when you realize how long we've been that the Rock is supposed to be Black Adam, like you just.
I'm still interested in that.
It's just like why?
I understand why you wouldn't be.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm interested in it. I'm just wondering if is it actually going to see the light of day at some point?
I thought they were shooting it now.
Yeah, that's okay. Sure.
Derek's like, that doesn't mean anything.
No,
I mean, we might not see. I mean, well, I don't know if they said
on
that.
social media. He got a Black Adam workout. He's like,
yeah, and we got social media posts from was that 2008 or 9 when he was first cast as Black Adam. He said, "Yeah, Rock's gonna be Black Adam." We got those posts too. That's what we talk. That's what I'm talking about. It's been over a decade. That he's been holding out, excited to play this role. He wants to be in the DC universe. He wants to be Black Adam. A decade. Yeah, tell me they shooting now. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, sure.
Oh, I mean, I guess
won't believe it till they say for you that's going to be in theaters.
I guess for y'all, it's been following it for like a decade plus, and me that's just been aware of it in the past 2 years or so. Yeah, different feelings towards it. But yeah, supposed to do shooting it, so
I don't know. WB's a mess, which is most of the reason why I just don't bother saying anything about it, because it's just annoying to hear their bullshit every day. And yeah, I just don't want to say any more obscene things. But yeah, it's not even about, and I want to say this too, it's not even about what movies you like or dislike, to be honest. Like it's definitely deeper than that at this point. Like forget if you like Snyderverse stuff or not, or you like Wonder Woman 84 is your favorite movie, whatever. That's fine. It's about how they're treating people over and over again. That's why I prefaced the whole Patty Jenkins thing, because she was treated wrong too, allegedly. But all of it's alleged. But this is what we're being told by people who worked in these environments. Why is nothing being done to them? Like, who's the person that's above all of this that we're supposed to go to and say, yo, like, we need to see action? I don't know. It's either that or boycott the movies, but people won't do that because they think every boycott is about Zack Snyder or something like that. So I don't know. Let's see what happens. But hopefully people start getting punished for some of this shit in some way. Or maybe people even take legal action. I don't know what the legal punishment for trying to intimidate somebody out their job or threatening somebody's job and telling them that I'll ruin your career and shit like that. I don't know if there's what the legal threat for that is, but there's got to be something that can be done about that, right? Because I don't think you could just do that, or you shouldn't be able to just do that. I think so. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully something happens there. And quickly, I know me and Ian are the ones watching it, but the Bad Batch is coming out. It's got 2 episodes out right now. They come out on Fridays. Um, it's really good. It's really good. They're doing a good job. The first episode was really, really good. Second episode was definitely more world buildy. Just trying to like flesh some things out for you. But it is good overall. They're doing a great job. Animation is great.
Animation is fantastic, man. I can't even.
Can't even begin to. It's really good. No, it's actually crazy good. The animation when I really sit down to think about it, like it's it's like Clone Wars. You see the progression from like Clone Wars to Clone Wars like Clone 7.
Yeah.
But then the progression from even that to this is like, okay. They're in their bag. They know what they're doing. They done shaded stuff right. They give you those like dark moments good. They
got like particle effects in the beams of light. It's nuts, man. They got stuff over there.
They got it. Yeah. So no spoilers or anything, but it's definitely dope. If you're into Star Wars, you like Star Wars, that's dope. Maybe I'll grab Ian for a Twiggly Nerd Shorts on Bad Batch at some point.
Perhaps.
Probably.
Now that he in 5K, you know.
Okay.
It's 8K.
That was the barrier of entry, man.
My bad. 8K, 10K.
8K.
That was the barrier of entry. You had to be 8K to be on a short.
Yeah. Nah. Well, the barrier entry was 1080p, but you know, you went and give this nigga a target and he gonna smash through it. So he said, all right, I'm gonna go. Nah, man, come on. But yeah, man. That's gonna be it's still gonna be fun. Like we said, Bad Batch is gonna be action packed. Yeah. Again, it's not like the second episode was a little less action packed, but there was still action. So like these guys are the characters they are breed action. So you know it will be coming. So man. Look, we won't dive into it too deep here, but fire. So because we don't have any like shows or anything to dive into, we're diving into our regular segments for the rest of the year. So I feel like we should just start with technically speaking. Technically.
All right. So technically speaking is brought to you by the Versus Battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. First up, we got Google versus Roku. Contract. Yeah. Well, yeah. Obviously, I mean, it's the tech giant. Come on, man.
Yep.
It's the overlords, and they really like. I don't know. I guess I never really got that feeling that they were like really willing to pull that card. I'm the big bad guy. You know, I'm that nigga.
Google.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen it to this extent before, man. Like
they be tipping their toes in the dark side from time to time.
Time to time.
They're just good at not showing themselves as being truly the villain.
That might be.
Yeah, I feel like they always. Yeah, that's how they cover it up. They make it look like
just some artistic differences.
Yeah.
Whatever terms they may use, or
they don't make it
sweep stuff under the rug.
Yeah, this is kind of in their bag.
Yeah. So contract renewals came up with YouTube TV for Roku, and it was Google who had demands that were unrealistic, according to Roku.
As they should.
They're trying to access sensitive consumer data and a apparent commitment from Roku to support AVI decoding, which would require new hardware that would make the Roku cost more. They didn't want to implement that for consumers. You know, like, we don't want to make this. I mean, our product isn't amazing. We don't want to charge so much so that we're in your bracket with the Google TV and we end up competing with you guys as a price tag, which might be a play now that I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So Roku's not playing game. Google said, all right, cool. We'll just throw YouTube TV in the YouTube app that is still under contract with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So at least the consumers can still access YouTube TV. Now I'm wondering if you access the YouTube TV app through YouTube, will all this stuff that they were asking for be in play? Like, will they be able to access your sensitive consumer data and all the rest of it?
Probably not. I'm guessing not, because the YouTube, the YouTube contract probably doesn't have that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
So
that's true. So they would be violating. They'd be
no,
violating
they
that
wouldn't be
now.
violating.
If they were to start doing it without it being in well, I guess they never really
No,
stated that it was going to be a thing in the first place.
I don't think there's any. See, to my knowledge, right, the way these contracts work, there's nothing that would stop you from making an update to your own app, right? Now, obviously, unless there's something that the hardware can't handle, then you shouldn't update it because you're just going to crash, break your own app. Other than that, you should be able to update your app however you want. So if they update their app so that you can access your Google, your YouTube TV channels and everything within the YouTube app on Roku, I don't see how that is violating anything. But they also aren't getting what they want out of it. They're not getting the extra data that they're looking for. That Roku is making it seem like it's sensitive data, which it's probably just like they want to see retention rates and how long are people on YouTube. They want to see something like that, and not say it's just that. Like, it could be deeper than that. But there's some sort of data that probably Roku's smart to make it seem like they want your passwords and your shit. They already have that. It's YouTube TV. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do they need your Roku password for if the apps you're signing into on your Roku are Google apps anyway? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, what It doesn't make any sense. So when they say sensitive information, it's like, what sensitive information could Google possibly need to grab from Roku that Google probably doesn't already have from people signing up for emails or every other countless other Google sites that people have signed up for? It doesn't make much sense. So I feel like Roku's fighting a losing battle here. Like,
they definitely are.
Yeah.
They lucky my TV has Roku on it, because otherwise I will not go out and buy one for myself. Especially when you got the Chrome. Like, I'm not gonna go over and grab it. The Chromecast TV, the upgrade is just, that's it. To me, there's only two streaming dongle type things with a remote. There's the Google Chromecast TV, and then there's was it Apple TV? That's what it's whatever they call theirs. In my opinion, I think those are only two, really. I mean, Amazon Fire Stick, sure, if you know how to utilize it, but other than that,
yeah, Fire Stick needs to be. I mean, well, yeah, we can say that, right? Fire Sticks probably need to be jailbroken to get the best out of it.
Yeah.
They're not the best as a basic stick itself. It's terrible from trying to like download new apps and stuff directly on a UI.
Yeah, I hate the interface. Well, the one I got a few years ago.
Yeah. The interface is slow. It's
clunky.
The only cool thing it had going for a short minute was it had old DC Universe app on there. And that's really So the few times I was over with my folks, house sitting or whatever situation, just sit there and pull on Harley Quinn, which goes to show when the last time I cared about the app on there. I'm sorry,
but that's what I mean. But see what I'm saying? Like, at least there's something to it, And Ian, you said this is my thing. Roku can't even make the price argument. Yes, they have a cheaper price option. They got a $30 one and a $35 one.
It's okay.
But the 4K streaming stick, which is basically your basic comparison to a Google, is $40. So it's $10 less, and you're getting all the restrictions that come with Roku because you're relying on Roku's contracts and deals with these companies.
Yeah,
Google has already secured most of these deals, and they're through on everything. And half the apps you want, they already own anyway.
I wonder what kind of contracts they drew with these other apps.
And here's the thing, bro, like
on Google TV, on the Google TV, like
Amazon Prime ain't stopped nothing. It's all right there. And
it's like whatever.
Right. Google probably isn't getting as much data from each of these sites as they want to, but who cares? Listen, to me, there aren't streaming as far as the streaming stick goes. I'm not talking about, because I know some people can be satisfied with like the smart TV interface, stuff like that. So respect to that. Or maybe you have like a game console that you're happy with and you use that. But when it comes to streaming devices, nothing. I don't think anything beats the Google TV right now, currently. The Apple TV, like nothing beats it. There's nothing else that you can just pick up, say a show you want, and the Google will tell you not only all the places you can watch it, it'll let you create your own, you can curate your own list outside of even just the apps. It's different. I've already done the spiel on it, but it's different. Like,
Yeah, it's
you know what I'm saying?
definitely
Like, it's a step up from everybody. And shit, and even Roku is selling what is this? The stream bar? That's $130. So they still got high, and they still have one that's $100 too. The Ultra 4K.
Let me look it up. I think I've seen that, but
so Roku isn't all for the people. Oh, we don't want to raise our prices. You not for what? And the design sucks. Don't be wrong.
What is a stream bar?
Yeah, I have to look it up.
I have to look. I mean, I'm just seeing it here for the first time. It's like a mini. Honestly, it looks like a cable box.
Is it a speaker? Is that what it's supposed to be?
It does kind of look like a small Bluetooth speaker.
It says premium audio, so maybe.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is interesting. They built it in. Okay.
It can't be the first of these type.
Oh yeah, because there's an Alexa in it or something.
I mean, because some I don't know if they still do, but some Vizio TVs have like built-in Google Assistant type stuff. I want to say.
Look,
but anyway,
I just don't think that we are. I don't think it's too crazy what's happening over here with Google and what they're doing. And I know we just said that Google goes out that might do things to make themselves not look like the bad guy. I just don't know that they're the bad guy here. I just don't know that because to me, on my side of it, even from a business standpoint, YouTube TV is probably one of the premier streaming TV network things, whatever you want to call them.
The top ones.
But when it comes to your YouTube TV, you got like Sling. Honestly, those are only two that come to my mind off the top of my head. There's another one though that's
Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
Apple TV has live TV and everything like that too.
Doesn't it?
I believe it does. I'm not sure. I think it does. I could have sworn it. Well, okay, so maybe not to like YouTube TV or anything like that.
That's what I mean. Like, can you go on HGTV and watch?
Oh, Hulu. Hulu has.
I know. Oh, Hulu has live TV.
Yeah.
Hulu does. Yeah.
But look at those options. So Google knows the position it's in. Like, I mean, look at us.
I think the bad guy part is the throwing it in the YouTube app anyway.
But
we benefit from it, but that is kind of flagrant, man. That's kind of messed up.
How? Throwing it in the app
on the back end.
The people who have Rokus, you don't have to suffer.
And then on top of that, they say that if for whatever reason this soils the relationship with YouTube, that they are willing to give all YouTube TV subscribers Google TV hardware to
First of all, they're only $50. Y'all got $50 to go grab a Google TV. If you care about this, I'm not because I don't want it because people will say you sound privileged. And I'm saying that if you're in a position where stuff like this matters and streaming services and all that kind of stuff. And my thing is, even if you are poor, wouldn't you want your streaming stuff to be easier still instead of how do I work this Amazon Fire? How do I get to, does Roku have this app? Am I allowed to do this? All the apps are here and you just speak to it. My parents are fully integrated now. You understand? It took a couple months.
TVs all over the place.
Took a couple months, but they stopped asking me, Derek, how do I get here? How do I do this? Now, every now and again, they get a little confused or they might click on the wrong thing. I got to come fix it for them or something. But for the most part, they come home, they know how to get to their channels, they know how to get on here, they know how to go here, they know what apps to go to. My dad know what apps to skip to go to watch soccer. If he want to watch HGTV, they know what to do. You understand?
Actually, you know what? That would have been a decent Mother's Day gift if I just gotten her Google Google TV, she's still using Roku right now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, get her off that, bro. Still go get her one, bro. They got them. Go to Home Depot or something. Lowe's. They gonna have one in there. Grab one, take it to her. It's worth it. To me, it's worth it. And for me, and like I said, like now me as somebody who's taught my parents how to use them, this is the easiest transition ever. My mom was never gonna figure out the Fire Stick. She was never gonna get it. Never. And if my mom wasn't gonna get it, my dad wasn't gonna work to figure it out either. You understand? Like, and they barely, and they had the TV with Netflix logged in and everything, where all they have to do is click the Netflix button on the remote, and they didn't get with that. But now on the Google TV, they'll be on Netflix watching movies. They'll be on here, like, fam. So like, look, is it kind of a dick move? Yeah, but it's a dick move that benefits the people. More, so
I mean, yeah. On the,
I ain't crying
we benefit.
for Roku's
At the end of the day, we benefit.
Is what I mean.
Yeah, no need to cape for him.
I mean, I'm not, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, Roku's obviously the underdog in this situation, and YouTube is not, they are not pulling any punches on these guys, man.
Yeah.
It's David and Goliath got all the shit, man. He's not getting taken down by a pebble, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, not at all.
Here. I just think if Roku wanted to have a real dog in this fight, they should have been upgraded their interface. They should have been upgraded their software, their hardware. They should have been tried to innovate. They went with this is just what people get. They went with brand recognition and like you said, that the poorer people type thing. They went with this is what broker people get. It's the cheaper version. But Fire Sticks was out here for $20 you could find a Fire Stick for $20 like wherever. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it didn't work for that long, and now they're suffering because they haven't been able to keep up. They don't want to do things like, I mean, I don't see what offering the AVI, how that, like,
I don't know.
That's gonna
decoding.
The AVI decoding, and that's gonna increase the price of your device. You haven't in all this time. You can't. The only reason it increases the price of your device because you want to. You can invest the money, put it into your product, and keep your price the exact same.
Yeah.
And the idea should be that it'll sell more because you can do more now.
Yeah, you got all the
right. Yeah. Like that's how business works. But for some reason, society has convinced us that the company having to do anything that benefits the people is going to cost them money, so they're going to charge the people. Yeah, they are, because y'all think that's normal and okay. Company don't deserve to make business. The company should be innovating and hoping that we support that innovation because we feel like it's a worthy innovation. That's the job. And if we don't, why are you crying for the company? It's a risk. I don't understand. Whatever. I don't know. Capitalism, Stockholm syndrome. We all have it.
We all
have.
Yeah. Speaking of
but yeah.
Speaking of capitalism. Apple versus Tile and Amazon.
Dun dun dun.
So since Apple dropped AirTags, Tile has been up in arms about that. But I'm pretty sure crying. Yeah, everyone's crying. I mean, as we all know, AirTags works best because of its its network, and it's using the Find My network that a large majority of people are tapped into because of iPhones and their market share. So Tile on the back end was like, all right, man. Tile and Amazon said, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something about this. So let's partner up. Now, this must have been going on for a while because this partnership is going to be in effect June 14th of this year. So they must have been talking about this and, making sure that they have a place in the market once these AirTags drop. So this will ultimately give Tile the access to the Echo network. Now, if you go on Amazon and you look up all the Echo products and just walk around the neighborhood and see how many Ring doorbells you see, you see how big this Echo network is. They not playing out here. They not out here playing. This is a legitimate competitor. It'll it'll give Tile a pretty decent not advantage, but at least a fighting chance, I would say.
I think it will, but I'm just thinking of comparing. We're comparing iPhones to Ring doorbells. And don't get me wrong, I know the Ring doorbells are popular. I know a lot of people have them, and I know even now we finally started to see them make the ones that you can put even on like your apartment and stuff. I know that's come out. I've seen those.
Yeah,
they're like attachable, and you just like I don't know. It's like
it
attached
replaces
to the
your
side of your door, and it replaces your keyhole
the
or
keyhole, the
something like that.
Yeah.
The peephole, yeah, something like that. So I've seen some of those. But the iPhone network and the Apple network is like, even if I'm on a mountain and I drop my keys and I don't know exactly where they're at, and everybody is running and nobody has their phones, niggas probably still got their watch. Like,
I mean, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Something.
That's true.
And Ring doorbell ain't gonna help you if you in certain areas.
If you're in certain areas, yeah. Well, not just, and it's not just Ring though. I mean,
I know it's more than that, but I was just that compared. I just feel like it's a fighting chance for sure, but it's a different weight class. You know what I mean? Like, and then even in like home security, yeah, Ring doorbell is a dominant one, but some people have like Vivint, other people have, different like third party, setups just because they're cheaper and stuff like that.
It all comes back to that network again. So the thing about the doorbells and all in the home security apps is they rely on the network too. Like they have a whole little social hub situation where you can like see if something happened nearby and all that stuff. There's a monopoly there with the Ring doorbell, because if you don't have the Ring doorbell, then you're not tapped into the network. You don't know what's going on in your neighborhood. There's a bunch of these monopolies with these networks, man.
That's what I'm saying. It all depends on how that neighborhood operates, because the Vivint people came through my parents' neighborhood, and Vivint has a lot of the people in this area, but there's also people in this area with Ring. And you see what I'm saying? Those two don't communicate.
Yeah.
So, and then even through that, like you said, you still have the third party people who might live here, but say that Vivint stuff costs too much a month, or this Ring stuff costs. I'm gonna get my own third party setup, and you're always gonna have somebody either who's not say they're cheap, but they're just maybe a little more frugal and want to get the cheaper setup, or they feel like they're the tech guy and they can set up stuff on their own, so they get the different setup and have their own little little camera setup. There's a lot of people like that too.
Yeah.
So that affects that. Where the difference is, people got a phone, and even if you don't have the latest iPhone, a lot of people have iPhone. You know what I mean? Just have a phone and just don't upgrade it, don't change it. Yeah. But there's a lot of people with Androids and shit like that too. So
that's what I was gonna say that too. I was almost a little disappointed that Tile didn't just partner up with Amazon, Google, or just Android.
That's my thing. I need to ask y'all that, bro. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But I mean, this isn't bad either. Now, what if Amazon goes out and makes it so that if you have the Amazon app at all on any phone, that you can mess around and get tapped in?
Now
you can,
but
everybody got Amazon.
But that would be another situation of,
but
how do you put your settings? Because for me, Amazon only my location when I'm in the app. If I'm not looking for something on Amazon, I can't help you, Poppy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just lost. You understand? It's gone. But if you happen to catch me and I was already looking for, something, some new wires or something, and you like, I lost my keys, like, well, hey,
it's over here somewhere.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like
we're not gonna pretend like Apple's network isn't still like dominant AF.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
I mean, at least in the United States. I don't know what it looks like outside of the
everywhere
United States.
I don't feel like it's as dominant everywhere else. You definitely see a lot more Android people. Yeah. That's why these apps like WhatsApp and stuff like that are so
popular,
prevalent, because that's how you communicate internationally. You know what I mean? Like WeChat was the same type of thing.
Japan's Line and all that.
All those apps, they get popular because they're not. If they were on all the Apple shit and just using FaceTime and iMessage, we up. What? Hit me For sure on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, you good, bro. It takes you from anywhere. But you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people have Androids out there.
Yeah. You said you want to ask something.
Oh, the Android itself, right?
Mhm.
Is that not its own entity away from? No. Android is a Google product.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
So,
their OS for
It's
mobile.
OS for
so
mobile.
and so that's my okay. Android is a Google product, so I just feel like things should be able to work, and that's my frustration with Android. I feel like things should be able to work more seamlessly, regardless of who made the fucking phone.
Oh well,
Even if you
well.
have your own dedicated OS, it's still based on
Oh, the
So,
core is still
so
Android.
the, I mean,
Android,
yeah.
right? So
So
there should be more
So I guess
fluidity
I mean,
Android
between
that's the gift and the curse of being like open
open
source.
source. Yeah. So Android is
Yeah,
open source, but
it's
everybody's
like yeah, like iOS
version
and
of it.
Apple is like a walled garden. I think that's the term for it, where it's like it's its own closed OS, and you know, just Apple people make it. You're not gonna see some Chinese or Indian or any other company design a phone and then put iOS on it. It's not happening.
right.
Android is just Google now has their line of stuff. Samsung's line, LG's soon rest in peace line, Motorola, etc. And then outside, China, you got like the Huawei, the Blue, the Xiaomi, all those type phones, OnePlus. So yeah, that's just kind of the thing. Each maker, they'll have their own flavor of Android. Not they're not all equal. So that's kind of the thing. It's the gift and the curse, really. Just kind of yeah. Average consumer is going to go to like Samsung. That's because the biggest. They make the nicest phones, arguably, and yeah, they have
Samsung
the
got
best
trackers too.
marketing. They have what?
So Samsung got trackers too.
They do. Yeah, they have all their own line of accessories. So
I guess I just
And Samsung got a pretty decent
wish
network.
there was like a just more fluidity that Androids could have, because I don't see what's stopping Android from having a FaceTime or an iMessage.
There's nothing stopping. There is technically that already.
talking about having their own
but
exclusive app for that type of function, or
I'm
having
talking about
iMessage or
I'm talking
FaceTime
about
on
I'm talking
Android.
about no, not yeah, no, like a version of it. Like it'd be dope if everybody could just use
Well,
iMessage and FaceTime, and that'd be dope. But
oh yeah, that'd be cool.
there
I'd like
should be
that.
a version of it. But when I say a version of it, I don't mean a version of it that we all have to opt into. Like, oh, if we all have Androids, we can all download this app and it does that. I mean, don't matter what Android you buy. If I buy a Samsung, an LG, Huawei, or whatever, if they got Android on it, it come with this app that connects us this way. Don't matter if you got a plan on this phone. It don't
Oh,
matter
I
if you
see.
have anything.
Yeah.
You just need to connect to Wi-Fi, and you can talk to another nigga with an Android.
I
You
mean,
can
they
call them.
Google could.
They did have
could,
that, but they got rid of it.
Yeah, they
It's
could
called
make it so.
Hangouts.
Oh wait, there's
Well,
Hangouts, but even then, you'd have to download that.
But again, that's
They
what I
have
mean.
Duo.
That's
You
what
can't-
I was gonna.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
you have
well,
to download that too.
But if phones, but again, Google being the source of it, they could easily be like, "Hey, every phone needs to come with this.
Come with this
Hangout."
set of apps, and yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
That's
Well,
what happens
I
now.
mean,
My
that's-
mom has
that's
whatever
how they-
Samsung, and it has a Google app.
That's what they
folder
do for
her
the
already.
Pixels. That's kind of the equipment. What you're talking about, it's pretty much the Pixel line, but Pixel are not the number one. They're not the best Androids like overall, and they're not the most popular Androids. That's still Samsung. So that's just kind of what it is. That's part of Google's problem before with when they had their Nexus phones, they had the G1 or whatever it was called. They had those phones. They just weren't consistent with like their the branding and stuff like that,
and dedicated apps.
Yeah, dedicated apps. And, they kept changing them. I think now they haven't changed anything. I can't think of anything that's changed since the Hangouts thing. Like if you go to the store, like if you go get a Pixel 5 right now, the latest one, XL, whatever, it's gonna have your Google theme, like Office Suite stuff. You're gonna have Sheets, you're gonna have Drive, you're gonna have Docs, you're gonna have Slides, you're gonna have Duo on it. You're just gonna have it's just called Messages. That's just the generic Messages app.
Yeah, message app,
stuff like that. So yeah, the calendar, that type of stuff. So that's pretty much what you're talking about there.
Yeah,
but
that's what I mean.
That's it. But it just
there that every Android has that can connect you that way without having to download an app, without having to have a phone plan, without having to do anything. You know what I mean? Like you can.
If
Yeah.
Google's the only one making the Android, then it will be like that. Like
Then
if
it'll probably be like that.
if Sam,
I just feel like the company should be able to come to some agreement for that. Like that's what's best for your consumers. There's no need for.
They have. This is what's on the phone, and just Samsung makes it. They're gonna have whatever their OS is called, which is just a flavor of their Android, and they're gonna have their Samsung.
Yeah.
Whatever their Samsung like apps, versions of apps.
I mean, if you're, I think Samsung is like the equivalent of Apple in their.
It'd be interesting if Samsung designed their entire. I mean, cut you off, Ian.
Oh no, I'm just saying that they're probably the closest you can get if you were to want to get something like that experience
and have the likelihood that you're going to find other people with Samsungs.
Yes, you're probably gonna.
And see, I mean, and don't be wrong. I guess that is no different than Apple, right?
Samsung
because you do have to have the likelihood of people to find.
Yeah.
But but it is a different fight because it's not really Apple. You don't really say Apple versus Samsung. People really say Apple versus Android.
I've seen Apple versus Samsung a lot. Actually,
I mean, I know it.
Tech
circles, but when you're talking to the general public
outside,
they're not pitting Apple against any one, and they're putting Apple against. It's really iOS versus Android.
Yes, Apple versus Google,
Apple's iOS fighting versus Android. All of these different phone companies that are making stuff with the Android OS. So. It's not that different. You do have to find other people with iPhones in order to take advantage of these apps. It's just that base is so big that it compares to the entire Android base. So you're comparing, but
I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of the nature of Android. It's the plus and the pro and the con, depending on what you want to utilize with it.
Who's next on the battle list?
On the battle list, we have Facebook versus Apple.
Oh man!
Again, Apple's in the
Zuckerberg and the what's the dude's name?
Zuckerberg and
is it Tim
Cook?
Tim Cook,
yeah, forgot about that.
Tim Cook.
I can't think of a clever Apple.
Yeah, I can't even think of Tim.
I'm sorry, I let y'all down. I had y'all in the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh well. So as of the latest iOS update, Apple is requiring developers to get consent to track users.
I mean,
okay.
So when you try to open the app, Apple will tell you like, hey, this app has been or is tracking you and your information. Would you like to keep allowing this app to track you or not? Most people say no. In fact, 94% of people that used to be tracked aren't anymore. So Facebook's hurting right now. Facebook now, I don't know. I don't have social media, so I don't even know if this is a thing yet for you guys, or for you, Derek, if you've seen this yet. Facebook, when you open it up, or Instagram even, it'll give you this long thing saying, oh, this is what we're doing with your data. And to keep Facebook and Instagram free of charge, it's necessary.
Yeah, I've never seen the to keep it free. I've never seen that.
I'm wondering if you opt in to be tracked, they won't show you the message, but if you opt out, maybe they'll give you the message then.
I can't recall seeing that message.
I mean, it probably won't happen on anything Android, but for Apple users specifically
iOS. Okay.
And I'm wondering if they'll probably make it a paid thing for Apple users specifically, and not maybe not Android.
I'm trying to look at notifications and just see if I see anything. But you're right though. I guess I don't know if I'm like not necessarily sub to people. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I'm being tracked anyway, or if I turned it off. Or
I know Crystal, she said she saw it, but she's on like the beta, so I don't know if that's
oh yeah, see, I'm not in any sort of betas or anything like that. Regular, smegular. Everything, you feel me? Yeah. So I don't know. That's interesting though. I think that's crazy. I think that is
so you might be looking at a world where Facebook and Instagram is no longer free. Would you be willing to pay that subsidy or that premium for access to Facebook and Instagram?
No. No.
A blessing in disguise.
Even for the podcast, no. And I guess unless society forces our hand, if society says, depending on the pricing, if society is saying, hey, we want to stay, we're staying on the site, we like this site, we want to keep using it. But I think we realer than that. I think that we're better than that. And I feel like if they try to charge us for that, we would just go make another site hot. We can go back to Tumblr. We can go find.
Let's who owns MySpace?
Like, nigga, we'll do something. Like,
isn't it? No, but Justin Timberlake, right?
Wait, no way.
I don't know. I don't even want to know if that's true or not. You don't have to tell us. It's fine. I believe you. Justin Timberlake owns MySpace. That's fine. We'll just go with it.
Someone asked on one of our socials at Two Ugly Nerds on Instagram or Twitter, or comment in the YouTube comment section, who owns MySpace right now in 2021?
I don't know. Don't need to know. But
we
will go somewhere else, right? We'll go to a brand new app. Like, we'll do something else. We're not going to pay for these apps, right? Like, I know it's a joke, like, oh, how is this app free? I know people say that on Twitter all the time.
I say that too.
It's funny to say it, like, we understand what we're saying. It's all in jest.
Yeah,
I'm not paying for Twitter.
No.
Fuck them niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like the app. I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun on it. I've been on that app for years. I'm not paying for it. Same way I'm not paying for Instagram or anything like that, unless it was for promotional purposes where so much of society has decided that whatever the price point is worth it, and everybody is still there, and that is a primary way of promoting yourself, then that would be the only reason I would still have it. But I would not have my own personal account. I would definitely only have the pod account, and that would be it. Yeah, but no. Who owns it? Ian? Go ahead, tell us.
I was gonna say,
you can help it.
He's not an owner, but he's a key person. I don't know what that means, but he is in there. Justin Timberlake.
Nigga being.
Oh, he has a
He has a stake in the
stake
company.
in the company.
Him and Chance the rapper be in the commercials, bro. That's it. That's all that means. Don't mean
sometimes I be feeling nostalgic and want to see if my old I don't because in MySpace they had like that transition to the quote unquote new MySpace, like the super rebrand and stuff. I don't know if there's a thing where they said, hey, do you want to preserve your account or not? But I missed that boat, and I kind of wish I could go. I
don't think they ever did that, bro. They were just like, hey, y'all ain't using the site no more. Fuck
my
y'all.
Account's gone. Yeah, they deleted my stuff.
I was sad, bro. I was sad.
That would be like a time machine to like the middle age. Dude, that would be a high school time machine. That would be insane. But
I'd be so embarrassed with myself, bro.
I would be cringing. Oh, I would be cringing scrolling down the page. I'd be like, "Ugh, why did I choose this song? Oh man, why did they have video game songs on this damn website?"
Yo, listen. Let me tell you something, man. High school Derek on the internet was something nasty, man. Nigga was sliding in DMs. That's when I was doing that.
I cared about my top 8.
That was the only place I had. That's the only place I had games. That's the only place I had game, bro. Nah. You know, we were sliding in the not MySpace.
What's your aim?
What's the other one we used to use?
Tagged.
Tags. You get tagged.
Oh,
man. That was my bag, boy.
Tagged?
One good picture, one decent picture, and know how to say some nice shit in the text, bro.
Yeah, tag was.
Don't call me though. Facebook. Don't call me because I sound my voice ain't dropped, and I sound nerdy, and I don't want.
Tag was high school Facebook, and then Facebook dropped.
I think I might have just missed out on Tagged. Honestly,
you missed out on Tagged.
I think. I don't remember.
Tagged had me feeling like the man, bro.
I was on MySpace for a bit. I'll ask people's names, really.
What was it?
AOL. Jesus, I'm dating us. But yeah,
especially when you can confirm that the girl you talking to is real. Oh man,
yeah.
You like, whoa, wait, you real?
Oh man, you look kind of cute.
Even so weird, nigga.
I mean, you still could be a weird nigga, man. There's some profiles out there.
Nah, man, that shit, nah.
Tagged. Yeah. I think I missed out on that shit. Damn.
Nigga,
I don't even know what that is. I don't think. I went from MySpace to Facebook via invite.
You didn't have Black Planet?
I had a Black Planet, but I didn't do much with it.
I had one at the end of it.
I didn't know what to do with it because I was fucking.
We were at the tail end of Tag. I mean, not Tag, of Black Planet. I mean, For sure. But yeah, man. To bring things back.
Real quick, since we kind of mentioned paying on Twitter, did y'all hear well, I know Ian hasn't, but mostly for Derek. Did you hear that Twitter this week they announced that they're gonna be introducing like a tipping type feature?
Oh
soon?
yeah, that exists already. Yeah.
Is it on there right now?
Some people have it already. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Some people
where you can tip people on
Penny
Twitter.
for your thoughts for real.
Facts.
I'm
You guys want to hear? You guys want to hear what I think about this movie? I'll type it if you tip me. Man, what?
Okay.
You can't even.
That's a slippery slope, man.
Anymore. Oh, yes, it is. But like I said, we know
that's
we know
only
what to
fans
do.
on Twitter, man, for real.
That's fine. We know what to do. But my thing is, I don't think you can lock your account. No, but I don't think. Oh, well, that's true. But I don't think you can lock your account behind anything like that.
A paywall. Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
You can't.
You can. Obviously, you can lock your account normal, but you can't lock your account behind a paywall to be like, hey, if you want to follow me, you have to pay $2 or $3. I don't think they've done that. But obviously, that's what they're trying to prep people for. That's where they're going to.
Tip me for everybody. Tip me if I get to $50. I'll show you some titties.
I think that's kind of.
I think it'd be more like. Tip me if you want to follow me. Tip me. It'll probably be like a free follow page. I don't think it'll go full OnlyFans where you have to pay, but I think it'll be like you can follow for free, but then you have a premium. Yeah. You know, a premium thread that you can unlock if you pay the subscription or you pay or you tip or whatever. Or you know, I mean, like you said though, there might be some of that on there, but Twitter don't like kill the sex workers on there, but they will take some videos down from time to time if they get reported enough or if it's too flagrant or if it's doing too much. They can get the videos taken down from time to time. So I don't know that they'll just go full OnlyFans and just let you be like unlocking titty and fuck videos just right on the on the timeline.
You know,
like I just don't see that.
Right on the timeline,
just on it. Like I don't know. At least you're gonna have to go to Shorty.
Oh man, Twitter is crazy. There's corners of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I mean it's out there. Don't get me wrong. It's
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to find someone on Twitter that has this.
You do kind of have to go look for it on Twitter. You gotta look for it. You can have a Twitter and not see that at all. Is what I mean. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Whereas like OnlyFans has kind of gained popularity because of the porn and the sex work that's on there. Not knocking it, but that's what it's gained its popularity for. Twitter, that's not necessarily what you're there for. You can curate a Twitter where you don't see it in any way. I think I do know one account that has it. Hold on, let me see.
I'm actually looking at it. I'm glad I'm mentioning because apparently, and I guess it's for listeners that be kind of loose with their money on people they like on social media. Apparently, there's a thing where I'm not really gonna do it like ever, but apparently some are saying that when you use the tip jar and pay with PayPal treats it as an actual purchase and shares like your address and stuff like that. So that's a big privacy issue.
All right, Elon, figure that out, man.
Don't use PayPal to do that.
Responsibility.
I don't even remember how we got here, but to put a button on the last thing.
It's my bad for mentioning Twitter.
We're not paying for
Instagram or Facebook.
We're not trying to pay for any social media sites, but I do think it's cool that people can tip their whoever. You can tip. I think that's dope. Tip whoever you want. And the money goes straight to that creator or that person. Dope. I don't know. I feel like there's a way that Twitter is being like shady, and they're probably, making money off this in some way. That's nasty, but at the forefront right now, I can't see it. So, good on them. Good on them. That is it for technically speaking. We're gonna move into
Consulty. There we go.
I feel like that was a joke that's only gonna work for us. So I don't know. I don't even know if anybody who listens to it, if somebody listens to the show every week, I still don't think they think that's funny. But I think
they probably won't.
I only thought I figured we think that was funny.
These dudes really think they hilarious.
First
time
they over there,
listeners are
they
like-
over there laughing their asses off.
They
over
just
what?
crying at themselves, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
That was me the other week. Oh shit! That Assassin's Creed 2, man, that's still crazy. That's
Solid.
That was a good editing. But okay, yeah. So console team.
Console team. I'm gonna knock the first thing out, and then y'all take it on the road.
Yeah.
MLB The Show is killing Sony right now. Xbox
Crazy.
caught a major dub. I know I mentioned this before, but I want to mention it again because I think it's actually crazy to watch what they've kind of beaten Sony into. As we reported before, MLB basically went to Sony and was like, look, we not renewing shit with your studio. You're not going to make this game anymore. You're not going to make any money. We'll go somewhere else completely if you don't allow this game to be crossplay. Sony makes MLB The Show. Right now, it's considered the best baseball simulator out there, pretty much. As far as realism and stuff goes, there's other wacky simulators that may be more fun or whatever. But as far as realism in baseball goes, it's the number one. And it was a PlayStation exclusive for years. It's almost always been one, I think. I don't know if it's ever was crossplay before. I don't think so. So Microsoft comes in and they say, "Yo, we'll take it." And Sony bends and say, "We don't want to have to give up development of the game." And now it's gone to Microsoft. And then Microsoft went the extra mile and said, "Hey, not only are we taking your exclusive and putting it over here, we're going to bite the bullet and put it on Game Pass day one." Not a reduced version, not a low. Now, obviously, it's not on Game Pass PC, which I was led astray on earlier. So that is a little bit of, so, you know, it's not, what you still have to have an Xbox console in order to play it. But for the people that have it, they're getting to jump into the full version of this game, whether, you know, it's the next gen X or the latest gen Xbox or last gen Xbox. And I'm only saying that because I genuinely don't remember the name difference. It doesn't matter which version of it you're on, you're getting to play that game for free on Xbox off rip. Whereas if you're on Sony, you paid $70 for that game. There's no sale. There's no comparable service that can get you this game cheap. There was no day one free download. None of it. Like, you have to pay for it if you're playing on a PlayStation. Now there's crossplay and everything, so you know I'm sure that the the player pool is still decent, especially with the Xbox who've been able to play for free and try it out. And I think they will end up liking it, and you probably will find some of those people will end up buying it, you know, on a sale eventually. But that's a big loss. It's hit Sony so hard, they're not even promoting the game. If you go through their pre-order section, you won't see MLB The Show there really pushing or anything like that. It's not popping up. Say it again. What happened?
I say butt hurt, man.
Oh yeah. They're
because they're developing. Because one of Sony's studios
game
is making the game on Xbox, and it's I don't know if it's doing better yet. We don't have numbers, but it's doing well over there.
It's doing well, and it's doing well enough that it's creating enough of a hold off. If you're not a massive baseball fan, you're not buying this game at $70 off rip, especially not when you know that a potential half of the player base got the game for free.
Wait, this is a Sony.
Sony Studio.
How are they actually allowed?
Sony San Diego makes this. San Diego Studio makes this. Yeah.
So so the show is interesting because prior to this game, they've had an exclusive deal with MLB, MLB to make this game just for them. Like, they were making it for all these years. I want to say PS2 days at least, I can recall. So up until
the
recently,
first one came out towards the tail end of the PS2.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, and then up to because they announced this in 2019 before everything of last year. And they're just, MLB was just like, yo, we want to make it multi-platform because, I mean, really, they just want a broader audience. They want more money. Straight up. And, Sony can't say, no, we want on our console only because MLB controls the rights of the MLB The Show, the game series. So from that point going forward, yeah, I mean, it's really just Xbox. They finessed it by securing it for day one Game Pass. That's smart as fuck for them, since Game Pass is the only Xbox branded thing that's, actually good and worth it these days. So yeah, so Sony Studio actually, I don't know what the studio's name is. I have to look it up. But they make those games. So when you got Xbox and you download the show, Sony San Diego, that's cool. Okay,
how is this allowed? Is what I'm trying to understand. Like how?
So for publishing,
Sony publishes the game.
publishes it.
License.
Yeah, they control it.
Sony is the publisher.
for PlayStation version. For Xbox version, they don't publish it on there. That's the difference.
How does that work?
So they make it for, so Sony is making it for them and Xbox right now. But for publishing, I believe it's MLB's handling it on Xbox.
That's what I'm saying. See, like,
let me double check that. I read that a while back.
That's interesting, man. Because that.
I mean, I guess you can't put like a. I mean, the boxes say San Diego Studio, so I guess you can't.
Yeah. So this is.
I mean, you don't have to. Even though there may not be like a PlayStation logo, like it may probably doesn't say Sony Interactive Publishing, but the studio is a PlayStation-owned studio that's on the game, and it says San Diego Studio on the box. Like, I mean, if that's kind of the unique thing with this license, really. License ownership and stuff like that. Sony's the publisher for sure. It says they got the PlayStation Studios
on the PlayStation
logo.
Version.
No, it's on the Xbox box. It says PlayStation Studios, San Diego.
Yeah,
Studios.
Because that's their line for their studios that make games. That's their first party studio line. They got the little Marvel Studios, characters and shit, and the logos, the little shapes. That's them. But for publishing, for non-PlayStation, MLB controls it. Now I have it right here. Like I just had to look it up just to make sure. I don't know where to post it. I guess I'll post it in
I don't understand. So what do you mean? Well, okay, so maybe I don't understand something. What's publishing besides
publishing is really just
to put the game out?
It's the funding and handling like the licensing and everything, putting on the storefront and handling the physical releases of it.
Yeah, but if that was the case, then the only logo that should be on the Xbox box is the San Diego Studio. They're the developer. That should be there. But PlayStation Studio is the publisher. They published it. They put it on the box.
That's strictly for developer. That's really what that means. They just studio, like under PlayStation's like first party developers. That's Naughty Dog. That's Sony Bend. That's now Sony San Diego. Now Insomniac, since they bought them officially. Whatchamacallit? Why am I forgetting the other? Guerrilla Games. I think Media Molecule, I believe, is owned by them too. So all of them and others that, previously before they kind of said, fuck that studio, Sony Japan Studio, who did Power Bloodborne, the Astrobot stuff, Team Asobi, that's Astrobot. All of them are under the PlayStation Studios rebranding. That's first party studios that make their games. Now publishing, yes, on their platform, they self-publish all that shit. That's true. But on the Xbox, for this very unique case, because MLB holds all these rights for the show games, they themselves are publishing it on there. That's the difference.
Oh, it's some kind of special.
It's a very special case
that allows MLB to publish it on.
Right.
They're footing the bill over on this end.
Exactly.
Even though Sony is the one doing all the groundwork and
that's why in like the crazy like fanboys' minds, that's kind of wild to them. They're like, oh my god. So like if you get the game on Xbox and you boot it up, it's gonna show the PlayStation logo and it's gonna be kind of crazy. That's like, I don't know.
That's so crazy.
It is crazy. That's why it was a bit, big deal.
I'd be butthurt too, man. Oh, Sony.
I mean, I just think it's.
It's just the.
I don't understand. I think that's a stupid legal. That's some stupid legal bullshit. I think
that's what happens when you don't.
If I flick up on my Xbox and the PlayStation logo goes by, PlayStation published it. That's stupid.
They're sharing it with Sony.
Yeah, they don't. Now, if Sony had 100% ownership of that, then they could say, "Fuck you, MLB. We're not making no game for no Xbox." But since MLB has an ownership of it, and maybe they have majority ownership of it, it's either
their contract. I mean, well, I said that, but their contract was running out. They were not going to renew their contract with Sony and San Diego Studios. So they were going to. MLB was willing to leave them and have somebody else develop the game completely.
Right.
They said we don't even need you. Somebody else will make this game.
Right. And this
Granted,
is
that might have been bad in the long run because I don't know that they would have done the same thing as well as Sony San Diego. And I don't know what assets that MLB would be privy to or have that they could say, well, you have to give us this as the skeleton of our game to take. I don't know what they would have been allowed to have or not. So maybe the game would have been better or worse, or who knows. But that was a threat, which is why Sony decided to say, okay, fine, we'll allow it to be on. We'll take it on the condition that it can be on both consoles because there's still something. They still clearly feel like they're gonna make enough money from it being around because unless you buy an Xbox right now, you can't take advantage of it. If it was on PC Game Pass, I think that would be the killer for Sony. But since it's not,
yeah, because I can't really think of any legit baseball games on PC.
Yeah.
Exile Backyard Baseball, my guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, those are the best.
Other than that, I can't.
Yeah. That's
Other than
crazy.
that, I can't think of anything else.
But
yeah, that's why I mentioned this a while back, but it was kind of like I mentioned it a while back on the pod. I was just like, yeah, some people online were kind of, the fanboys are kind of mad, but now I made the joke like now people are suddenly acting like baseball is end all be all PlayStation exclusive. Like, relax.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's sold its few million per year. It's not as big as FIFA, not as big as Madden, but for a consistent exclusive yearly, it has its audience. But MLB was probably like, all right, we just this is great, but game getting expensive, and probably also that partnership or whatever might have been coming to a close. So more than likely MLB was like, hey, we need more money for this, so we want this to be multi-platform. And if y'all say no, then like you said there, we're just gonna take it and I don't know, go talk to EA or 2K or some shit. MLB 2K21 or some
that's
shit.
Exactly what we would have seen. They would have said no problem. We don't. And you got to think MLB. You think they give a fuck about gamers? They'd have said, hey, they probably. I mean, 2K would have been lucky if they would want to put the assets to it, but EA would have jumped all over it with a bunch of money and said, please give me another sports license. Thank you. And we would have had EA The Show, and that shit would have sucked. Mm-hmm. So this shit would have turned it into nothing but a money grab. Y'all would have been paying crazy amounts of money for these baseball players that nobody knows.
Yeah. So it's a very unique situation. I don't think there's going to be any other game of theirs that's going to be like this because everything else is it's owned by PlayStation. It's made by PlayStation Studios. I don't think any
This is who's to stop any of the other studios from doing the same thing?
No. Now Sony owns them.
This is a very unique situation.
Yeah. They never owned the MLB license. Is the difference? Like EA owned the FIFA license. They own it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they own it, and every time they re-up, FIFA's like, yeah, fam, we're corrupt. You're corrupt. We both make a shit ton of money. We're gonna keep this going.
Yeah.
MLB was like, look, bro, there's a whole other half of people out there with the Xboxes that want this game, and why isn't over there? And they're like, I don't care about your console beef. Fix it. Put it over there.
Yeah.
We'll find somebody who will. And I mean, again, might have been at the threat of killing the game and not making it what made it so great and what made Xbox people want it over there. But lucky for them, they broke Sony, and Sony just said, yeah, we'll take it. So
it is a unique situation. And that's funny we're talking about this now. It's been like a month since it's been out, roughly, I think.
No, not a full month yet. I think it only came out.
Oh, maybe it came out mid-April. I'm just forgetting.
Yeah, like April 20th, I think. It's only been a couple of weeks, maybe.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. Time is moving. But so it's a very
April 16th it came out. April 16th.
It's a unique situation.
We'll probably never see something like this happen. I doubt we'll see something like this happen again unless
I don't think there's anything else like this.
Yeah,
because other sports games, they're licensed.
Most sports games, most sports games are multi-platform already anyway. Yeah, this is the only.
NFL is multi-plat. NBA is multi-plat. There's two soccer games, but I mean, I want to say that they're both multi-plat. And
are there any?
I guess FIFA has some in PES. I would assume they do.
Are there any racing games that are exclusive to a platform that might have some
Nah, because
licensing.
no.
well, I mean,
So
all racing games have licensing issues, but
they do.
it's
Yeah.
it's not tied to what platform it's on, because like obviously
I'm trying to
Sony
think.
has Sony has Gran Turismo and Xbox has Forza,
Forza.
but their
Mhm.
licensing issues are just going to be like
The car makers themselves.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. The
with
car makers.
That's actually why one
And
of the
those car
Forza
makers
games.
those car makers aren't loyal to one platform or another.
Yeah, they just. Yeah. I don't know exactly how those licensing things work with those cars and stuff, but yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Those are the two main like realistic racing sim games, and there's some other ones here and there, but yeah, I think those only ones. But yeah, the MLB situation is pretty unique. I can't think of anything. Honestly, I think just MLB just was like, yo, we could make more money. I just think that's all it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably looked at the numbers. They probably talked to the people at EA with the contract coming up and looked at the numbers.
Yeah, probably in their back pocket, just in case Sony says, no, we care about the 2, 3, 4 million or however many. I'm just guessing. I don't really know how many, but get them yearly. The only person I know that plays them semi often is John's brother Jamel.
No, look, like I said, MLB The Show is the only baseball game that is realism. The game do really well every year. And Sony and PlayStation sell a lot every year too. So it makes sense that they're making a bunch of money on it. It matters to them. That being said,
that's why they opted to just put it out
when
for
MLB
Xbox
decides to come out and say, hey, look, we're not going to keep giving you exclusive license to MLB to keep making this game, because when we go talk to the EA people and we talk to these people, we see how much bigger the numbers look split. And right now, we're only helping you sell consoles if you want a baseball game. Because if you care about baseball that much and you want to play a baseball game, you have to buy a PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like PlayStation even has a PC variant or something where you could, okay, I could play it on a PC too. You have to play it on a PlayStation console. So, you know, that's more of, you know, where it comes from. Those games, they sell well already. The issue that they're going to run into this year, and this is the backlash to MLB doing what they did, which for them in the long run, they feel like they're going to make money, and maybe they will. Well, not maybe they will. They will make money, but they are going to see a rise in the fact that a lot of people are not buying the game off rip, because MLB 20 was just given out for free not that long ago, and that game still has enough legs. And yeah, it doesn't have every PS5. It doesn't have any PS5 upgrades or anything, but that game has enough legs to hold you over till this one goes on sale. To give them a full $70 for a game that, yes, there are improvements, but it's not like so different that you're like, oh my God, I've never hit a baseball like this. Like, it's not like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not saying it's not better. It's anybody listening to this that's a fan of it. If you are listening, you're a fan of it. It's not saying it's not better. I do want the game myself too, but I'm going to wait for a serious sale. Now, I like baseball career mode and stuff like that. I'd probably pay around $40 for it myself, but that's probably about my price for just about any game, really. If any $70 game, if I see it at 40 and I was interested in it, that's probably where I'd take the shot at it. Anything less than that is a definite shot. So yeah, you know, it's just yeah, Sony definitely took a L with this. MLB is taking a little bit of L though too, and they will, because they're not going to see, people would have went out and bought this game at $70 a lot more if it wasn't free on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean that's all right. So this came out in April. So I guess I am curious how this game. I'm gonna have to do some research on this game and like sales and stuff. Because I know a lot of the game makers, they put out their sales the past couple weeks for the quarter, the first few months this year and all that. And everyone's doing well. But I am curious how many more sales this will have. Because even though Game Pass is great and all that, but it doesn't necessarily mean everyone that has an Xbox console doesn't still go out and buy out games straight up. That doesn't necessarily mean that. So I am curious how many more sales this will get for them.
No, and don't get me
or
wrong.
Maybe I'll have to check in like a year's time or something.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's an Xbox fan base that will go buy the game because it's the first time it's been available on Xbox and you can buy a physical
I
copy.
think a good chunk will, because
I'm
Xbox
sure
is
people
already
will. I'm sure people will, but
centric. Yeah.
but there's also, look, all right, this is gonna sound bad. Who do you think is watching baseball as a majority?
Americans.
Yeah, which Americans?
Uh,
The pale ones.
old
So,
ones.
Yeah, so yeah, like
Those devoid,
don't get me
those
wrong,
of lesser melanin,
and don't get me
less
wrong,
melanated.
it's not a knock to baseball, right? Baseball just doesn't garner the same level of excitement. There's a lot of just old school mentalities around baseball, and it's
Yeah.
not maybe the most overt racism, but it's still there. You see it, and it doesn't really get addressed. It kind of
It's
gets,
a good old boy sports,
it's
I like to
like,
call it at times.
yeah, it's definitely still that. Whereas the NFL has kind of had no choice but to progress. There's still enough white
Yeah.
people and white fans to not let MLB really progress. That's why they still call it America's favorite pastime when nobody's watching it. Like, it's fine. Like, the NFL went through a whole scandal and it's still doing better than Major League Baseball, where they're yelling at
Yeah.
dudes for hitting home runs and grand slams. So, like, baseball needs an overhaul. Baseball needs the excitement. Baseball needs more people playing and getting excited and wanting to be interested, and the game helps that. But do I think that there's a lot of probably poor Americans who love baseball and might have an Xbox because it was the cheaper console, or it was on sale, or America first, or they feel like that's the whatever reason they have an Xbox.
Mhm.
Not saying it's a bad reason, unless you have an Xbox because you think America first, and that's a little weird. But outside of that, people have an Xbox. Why not try it for free? Even if they do eventually go buy it, when you just get a notification that says, "Hey, it's free," and especially people knew that before going in. Not to say that people won't go buy it, but I just find it hard for me personally, the way I think, I have to be, unless, like I say, the super fan, and that would be, I think it's a small group, would be the one who'd be like, "Hey, I know I can play this free on the first day, but I love baseball so much, I'm gonna spend $70 outright today and buy it on day one." When you could at least test the waters with it first, play a couple games, get some swings in, set your account up, you create a character, something like that, and they'd be like, okay, I am loving this, let me go buy it. You know what I mean? Like, it just seems like but I just can see that being the potential. People not as fortunate to be able to buy new games outright every year, but they have Game Pass, $10 or whatever a month every year for Game Pass, or they buy a year of Game Pass outright for a year or whatever, and they want to take advantage of as many free games as possible because that's what's giving them access to all these games.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyways, yeah, we will keep an eye on that to see how that affects Sony going forward. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sony, more Sony, they're trying to integrate Sony and Discord.
Yeah, man. It's interesting because I don't know if we ever mentioned it here on the pod, but in the past couple weeks or so, week and a half, maybe 2 weeks by the time this goes up, there was a report going out that Microsoft was looking to acquire Discord, and that kind of it's kind of mixed for me, just because, like, at that point, because it's like, I mean, cool. But at the same time, Microsoft doesn't necessarily need to buy that. They could just build their own type of chatting thing if they want to, between consoles and the Xbox app and computer. But that's probably wishful thinking for me. But then there was another thing where Discord was like, no, maybe we just want to go public, which I was more interested for, because I would invest in them if I could. But no, it looks like PlayStation announced that they are working. They didn't acquire them; they're in a partnership with Discord. Yeah, and it's going to be going. I mean, they're probably just working on it now, but they're looking to integrate more Discord things on the console and the app by early 2022. That's what they said. My expectation for this is just stuff like when you're on Discord, you can probably set a status and say, like, I'm online playing, I don't know, Horizon Forbidden West or whatever at that point. I'm playing the new Gran Turismo. 9 or whatever the hell they're on.
Will
So
I be able to chat with y'all when y'all all be on your little discords and your thing?
now that would be fire, and I hope
I would hope that's the case. If you can integrate your Discord chat into PlayStation, and then
that would be the
anybody
ultimate loophole.
But I wonder if it
Yes.
might still kind of
that would be incredible.
But you know, stuff like this normally does try to like make you set up an account still, and it might but it might be limited if you do it through your PlayStation, it might be limited to just I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they didn't really specify what exactly they're gonna do, but I mean, it's cool because Discord's such a big like, I mean, Discord's like Slack, but just more catered towards like gaming branding. Originally gaming branding, they got rid of the gaming branding last year because of all the pandemic stuff, which was smart in my opinion, because some of it was kind of cringe, dated humor. But yeah, so it's cool. I mean, I was still kind of looking like, man, I kind of wish Nintendo had a little something in there, but Nintendo obviously does not have any type of social anything in their plans going forward. So it is what it is. But I do look forward to seeing what
Microsoft have something with Discord too?
I think so. Actually, shit, I think they do.
I wonder if Discord is just being a gaming whore and saying, eventually
everybody can come in and
everybody get a hit, man. Come on,
what? There is something you can connect your Xbox Live to, but I don't know what it does. I'm gonna just
I don't know what the full extent of it is, but I'm just the fact that Discord is a little piece with Microsoft, has a little piece with Sony now, and then just to me that opens the door to say, why not? Like, hey, look, we know you don't have shit for online. Here's this thing here. Just use this. This will help you. This is better than the nothing you got. So maybe
that fucking phone app that nobody uses.
Oh my god,
I can't see that, man. Okay, I'm not gonna go around that. It's been a minute, but I'm not gonna go around that. But anyway, so I did click on the Discord app, and I looked because there's a bunch of things you can connect, like mostly gaming stuff. You can connect Reddit, whatever. But there's an Xbox Live thing. I went on there, and it says let this app access your info, and it says you can access your Xbox Live profile information like gamer tag, activity stats, and rankings and content you share. So yeah, I guess that at the very least we can see stuff like that on PlayStation. Like, we probably get to see trophy integration too. Like if you click someone's name, you can they have to sync latest game, latest trophy they got, maybe stuff like that. So that'd be kind of interesting. I'm not too big on the trophy hunting stuff. I mean, when it comes up, I'm like, oh, that's neat, and then I'll forget about it later. But
I don't need y'all seeing what trophies I got or don't got.
I mean, you can see
he was good at FIFA, man. You ain't even got.
Oh yeah, that's different.
You ain't platinum in FIFA.
Oh, see, that's different.
You said you was nice.
Yes, that's different.
You're gonna clown me. But
yeah. So that's that thing. Nintendo randomly announced a new game this week called Game Builder Garage, and imagine misspelling garage when typing it. So basically what it
garage.
Yeah. But no, apparently it's they announced it like a few days ago, just out of the blue on Twitter with a trailer, and it's a $30 thing. Basically what it is, it's like a visual programming type thing where you can make your own games, you can share with people, and it has a tool set where you can make like 3D games, 2D games. It's interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, it comes out June 11th. Same day as Ratchet and Clank, but whatever, those won't intersect or anything. The interesting about it though, and at least that's what some people in the know said online when this got announced. So if y'all remember Labo, the little cardboard stuff they're trying to do, that didn't do too well, obviously.
No.
So, but the last one they did, the VR Labo or whatever, they had a thing with it. They all come with like software where you can like kind of make your own type of minigame things with it to interact and stuff. And that was neat. So this looks like an expanded version of that without the Labo stuff on it. I wouldn't be surprised if this was gonna be like the next Labo, but they said, you know what, this ain't doing too hot, and that brand kind of sucks. So they just did this. yeah, so it's interesting. Really just for education types. It kind of reminds me of Dreams on PlayStation.
Yeah, Dreams. That's what I was gonna say.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it remains to be seen how robust this will be compared to Dreams. Because I've seen whole like Sonic games made in Dreams, which is pretty wild. It's crazy. So yeah, it's interesting. June 11th, Game Builder Garage. Also, I guess for those that like making Nintendo looking fan games, maybe you can make one without getting cease and desist by Nintendo finally. maybe, perhaps.
You can make it, but if you post it, they're gonna still send you a cease and desist. So.
True. That could still seem find a way to do that.
No, they'll get
You're using our software? Still, don't do that.
Here's the source code.
Right.
Oh, man.
Right. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I'm not getting this. I'm not a creative type of person like that. I tried it with the Mario Maker and Wii U like 5 years ago, and that's how I learned I'm not a creative person. However, I will see what people make in the next month or so. Should be pretty cool. Just like Dreams. And then the last big thing. So the big thing this week that's been going on, the Epic Games versus Apple trial. It actually started this week, and there's been there's just been a lot of stuff this week in general. I'm not going to go over all, but there's been a lot of documents come out about everyone. But the one thing I found kind of interesting was that there's a number of like Fortnite collaborations and skins. It was from a doc that they, it's public information now. If you search for it, you can find it. There's a lot of different stuff that they're looking at adding. I'm trying to find the full list here. I did have it. Man, I had the full list here. So I guess some examples was like they're looking to get like LeBron James on there. They're looking to get Kill Bill related stuff. Ariana Grande. Samus from Metroid was probably one of the more interesting ones, but Nintendo's super protective of their IP. So yeah, so that's interesting. I have a number of things here. There's a lot of slides. Other things that's come out from it this week so far is that it kind of tells us Sony's relationship with Epic and Fortnite, and a lot of Microsoft. Some love for Nintendo a little bit, but mostly Sony and Microsoft. So it seems that I didn't know this, but apparently most of the Fortnite money comes from PlayStation. I thought it was mobile for some reason. So that's interesting. So with that, Sony, like during the time when Fortnite was trying to do a lot of crossplay of everyone, apparently there's some stuff that came out where Sony was like being really hardball about like, no, we don't want to do this because we control like the vast majority of the money coming to Fortnite. Why should we attempt to share that with others to send the other? Just pretty wild. And apparently for Microsoft and their free-to-play paywall removal, apparently Tim Sweeney, dude that runs Epic Games, he and Fortnite are the reasons why they're super gung-ho about them doing that, and apparently they forced them to remove it sooner than later for, I guess, from marketing reasons and stuff like that. So it's really just big executives being petty and arguing who should make more money or not. It's not even anything to really harp on about as far as us concerned. But it is curious to see all these little things that we don't ever really see or hear about, and how much of a control fucking Fortnite has on things. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. So that's kind of the gist of it here. Just a little bit here and there. I'd say look it up for more, because it's going to be ongoing as the days go on, of who should make more money on each other's storefronts and all that jazz. And the last thing I think with Console T is there was a report that came out that apparently Sony may be looking to do like an internal redesign for the PS5 as early as next year, which is pretty wild. I think the reasoning behind it was more so because maybe they want to get some different parts so they can actually produce more. I don't think it really changed the design, so we will still have our big ass router look, and I don't think it'll be not white or anything like that. So I guess we'll see if that comes to fruition next year or so.
Should just get like Apple and Google and make their own chips, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what they all should be doing, all the console makers. Well, Microsoft, I think Microsoft kind of sort of does. Well, no, they design them, they don't make them.
Okay.
Yeah. But Nintendo and Nintendo has a partnership with Nvidia, so Nvidia makes them. But yeah, PlayStation. No, I'm tripping. PlayStation and Xbox all use AMD stuff, so they just gotta go.
True.
Yeah, so they gotta just talk to AMD about that. They designed the consoles themselves, but not the chips that go in them.
I wonder what internal components caused them to want to. We didn't specify that, did they?
Let me see. I think it might be the it says the report noted that the reworked console featured a new semi-customized 6 nanometer CPU from AMD, as the current 5 nanometer chip is supposedly too expensive. Okay. This is from DigiTimes. That's right. It's from DigiTimes. They're a little, the credibility's here and there, but I can see this being more realistic though. They said also claim that the redesigned PS5 would deliver more power than the current version, and that would only change to be internal components. Okay, so pretty much it sounds like you just want to revise the internals just to be a better, more efficient system. Yeah, I don't think it really suddenly make there's already so few PS5 games right now. I don't think we're gonna see suddenly 8K or anything that they say on the box when you buy it right now or anything like that. But yeah, so that, I guess that tells us we probably won't see the true slim or whatever they want to do until 2023.
Okay,
which is about right, because I think every few years they release the next model of that console.
Is this redesign going to be considered a pro, or is it just going to be a redesign?
I doubt it. I don't think they're gonna do a pro at all. I don't think they are. I really don't think so. Because I mean, what would you want? Well, I would see them doing the slim because just the thing is fucking huge. But at the same time, what would y'all want for them to add in the pro?
Yes, that's a good question.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
Right. No, I'm legit asking. So I don't know, because I've seen some people say, not you, I'm just saying online, just being like, oh, maybe the PS5 Pro, and I'm like, well, what do you want in that? And then they're like, and I'm like, yeah, you're just saying that just because you hype about new shit coming out and not buying it or whatever.
More internal storage, maybe.
Now, yeah, that'll be good. Well, hopefully they figure out a way to, instead of it being 825 gig, maybe it's a full terabyte drive in there. I think that's. I don't understand.
Do that now. They should be able to give us an update that frees up more of that space.
Yeah, I don't understand.
The files that are on it or something. They should be able to do that already.
Yeah, I still understand why the SSD in there is only 825 gigs, and of course we only have 600 and some usable. But that's still such a I don't understand that.
That's weird.
It's very strange. But that's really it for console T right now. About a month away, one month and some days from E3. So I think it's gonna start picking up real soon. So
cool. Well, that's a good show, guys. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. We recorded this on Mother's Day. Probably should have said it at the top, but happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Hopefully y'all were able to enjoy the day. You won't hear this on Mother's Day, but hopefully you're able to enjoy the day, have some fun,
spend some
enjoy the time with your mothers. Rest in peace and love to anybody who's lost their mothers. That may be a difficult day for you. Definitely love and prayers for you. So, but appreciate y'all for listening. No big promos this week or anything. But it's been Two Ugly Nerds.
Sure.
Peace.
We out.